pretty enthusiastic. They ask me, they do this frequently, try to embarrass me. They say, "Are you going to stay in the race?" I'm going to stay in as long as my supporters want me in. About me, because it's your revolution and it's our time to get a message out and to change this country and take our country back. I don't know, I assume most of you watch the debates?
You were awesome!
I overstated it when I said it sounded pretty silly.
Where was Giuliani?
It's true, we're not at the top of the heap, but we're moving. Once there were 11, now there are 4. There's a lot of people who believe this can't be the end, this has to be the beginning, so regardless of what comes up tomorrow, the next day, we know we're in this for the long haul.
Yes,
It does exasperate me at times when you hear questions asked like tonight, what are you going to do? How are you going to manage the economy? You know? It's like saying, how am I going to manage your lives? That's the whole thing. I would like to be president because I don't want to manage your lives. I'm not supposed to manage the economy either. You're supposed to spend your own money. Need to wake up and find out that this country is supposed to mind our own business and not tell other countries how to live either. How to get back on the right track and get this budget under control. $1 trillion a year to manage an empire, totally unnecessary. What we want to do is bring the troops home. Just the Middle East, that means Europe and Japan. Very serious problems because we have an attitude in this country that has unfortunately been prevailing for quite a few years, but it got a lot worse after 9/11. And that is, there are too many people in this country, hopefully we can make them the minority, where they think that sacrificing liberty is a benefit, that we're safer. We're not safer by sacrificing. And yet, this is the status today, you know, under conditions of war, the people are supposed to sacrifice their liberty, so there's a war going on in Iraq and around the world. And then this notion that we have to have this perpetual war against terrorism means one thing. They want to put fear into our hearts so that we give up our liberties, and unfortunately that has been what's happening. The President and the executive branch have been doing this for years, and the real tragedy is that Congress won't even stand up and fight for our freedoms either. And you know, it really isn't that complicated. I'm sure I brought the subject up tonight. I usually do. And that is, the problems are out there. We got there because one thing we did wrong, that is we don't obey the law. And that's why we can solve a lot of our problems just by obeying the Constitution. us to figure it out. The Constitution was written to restrain the government. You know, our position on taxes is not too difficult, what we want to do there. But the question I always get is, what are you going to do? How's the government going to be run if you don't have an income tax? And I say, what tax are we going to have? Like, nothing. That won't work unless we cut spending. But really, the key question that we as a people, and actually the younger generation, will have to answer in time is, what should the role of government be? And the role of government ought to be protection of liberty. Protection of liberty is what it should be involved in. Our freedoms come to us in a natural way, a God-given way, because the government should be very limited for the protection of those liberties. There's a full faith and confidence that free people are quite capable of taking care of themselves. Over the many years has been that we come up short in the defense of freedom because the liberal big spenders take the moral high ground and say that those who believe in liberty and free markets have no compassion. Well, you know, the other side believes in equality. Yes, there is such a thing as equality before the law and in justice, but equality of economic opportunity, equality in economics, yes, they can achieve it. But usually by impoverishing everybody, and that's what we don't need.
Amen.
Free markets do work, and we have to learn how they work. We have to learn about how low taxes and less spending are really beneficial to everybody. But tonight I did get a chance to talk a little bit about monetary policy. I didn't say it as clearly as when it comes to monetary policy, there's a very simple solution. You just get rid of the Federal Reserve System. My statement. No, it doesn't make much sense, and I think anybody with little common sense can figure it out. That if you allow a government to spend endlessly and to print the money when they need it, they're going to do it. So you don't trust the government to do that, and yeah, we're doing it. Once again, they've done it thousands of years. Actually, they've destroyed currencies. It usually comes under conditions of war. We had an attack on our dollar in the 1970s, paying for guns and butter of the 60s. This one's much worse because we've spent a lot more. We're in debt. We don't have good jobs here anymore, and we owe foreigners so much money. So this condition is very bad. And today, you know, the dollar was down again. Prices are up. The financial bubbles have not adjusted, and the longer they try to prop these bad investments up, the longer the agony lasts. So I think it's the beginning, but it's also the opportunity for us, because this is why I think the campaign has caught traction, is the fact that people know that government just doesn't work very well. And they have to have something else. We've had a taste of freedom. We've had the freest country ever in the history of man. We've had the most prosperous. But we have lost our way. We have lost our confidence that freedom really works. Most of all history has been with tyrants running and controlling other people. And the world is that way today. And right now, our government is becoming more tyrannical on a daily basis. Really, what we need now is a reversal, a concentration on protection of freedom with a full understanding. That's what we really want. But it does mean that if you want the control of your life and the control of your dollars, this means also that you have to be responsible for it, and you can't go to others. And we have to be self-reliant and not assume somebody else is going to take care of us. But really, I don't worry about that, because I think there would still be people who would need help. But we would be so much more prosperous, and people would help each other. Families would take care of each other. But today, the standard of living is going down. Truly, when you destroy money, you destroy the middle class. This is why the middle class is suffering. At the same time, you still see that Wall Street passes out at the end of the year $38 billion worth of bonuses in the mess that they've created.
Revolution! Revolution!
Time and a revolutionary spirit exists. But what we have to keep our eye on is the fact that we had an initiation of a revolution, and it has lost its way, and we have to regenerate the enthusiasm for the revolution that emphasized liberty. Our revolution probably was the only time in all of history when there was a revolution or a war where the people ended up with more freedom rather than less. Most of the time you end up with less. Lately, though, over the years, every time we've had a war, we've had less freedom. And what's going on now? Whether it's the war in Iraq, whether it's the war on terrorism, or a war on drugs, we end up with less freedom. So what we need now is a return to this whole idea that individuals are capable and should be taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And this is what's going on. And to me, I think it's wonderful because we do attract a lot of young people, and I'm also impressed, especially over the last year, on how the Constitution and freedom brings people together.
Yeah.
We look different, but we come together. What we have today is very divisive. Socialism and fascism and welfarism, when the government controls everything, we have to fight over everything that happens because they take the money and they get control. And once the pie starts to shrink, it becomes more aggressive, and that's why people are getting very, very worried. So the answer can be found. It can be found very easy. It can be found in freedom. And one thing I have discovered in this last year, freedom is popular. And every one of us does our job. Let me tell you, we can't lose. We can win. And I thank you very much.
Want me to go over there? I don't think I can. Let's see, I'm making my way to my best friend.
No, don't do that. No next.
Dr. Paul, we love you, man. Thank you. Count 3, 1. Big smile. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. It wasn't working before.
All right, in the count of 3, big smile. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much. Top button, top button? Yeah. Dr. Paul, we love you. 1, 2, and big smile. Oh, yeah. That's your man.
Come on, baby, let someone else try her. And then we'll email you.
Yeah. High school people get up to the front and they never move. I'll make a deal with you. I'll take a picture of you.
Yeah, maybe once he gets on. I got at least one. Yeah. I'm not sure how good it is. Hey, that works. That works. I can see if two of us can wear it. It's all the wrong way.
You ready to back out, Andrew? Or you want to? Yeah, we can head out. Hey, Carl, we're going to head out unless you want me to stick around for everything.
Thank you, though.
All right, no problem.
Thanks for being here.
No problem. Take care, Carl.
Thank you. Please don't push up.
Dr. Paul, message for you YouTube audience.
Like you mind taking a picture?
We almost had it.
What do you have to say to your YouTube audience, Dr. Paul?
Hello, the YouTube audience. Thanks for all your work and effort. I'm glad you're interested in freedom.
Yes, sir.
Please don't press it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, sweet. Now we can see it on
Where's that exit line?
Yeah, really.
This message that we got out.
Let's try to get a path run right along here and back out. Guys, scoot in that way a little bit. I want to create a path right along here to get for people to get out. Thanks for joining. Can I push this back? No. I'm not trying to get front. I'm trying to natural attrition. Keep this path clear. Slowly I can create it. It probably won't work because he changes directions. Well, what I'm going to do is keep it set. No, I'll follow the exit path. Except for this policy. I have a job. I have a job. I'll take my phone out of the exit path. Once I get these two, I can keep this thing all that space. As he moves on the ground, I'll continue it.
We don't have an assistant.
I'm sorry. That's good. No, thanks. It's just pretty soon there will be a flood. But you can hold that up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You don't have a flow around here.
No, we don't.
Hey, this
is not right here. It's not.
Don't come up with it.
Seriously, don't walk up this path.
Oh, don't go. I think you should win.
You will win.
Laura. Got it?
One more. We'll see you in the White House.
I hope to be there someday. You know, maybe in like about 20 years. Sure.
You'll have to run against Hillary unless you're against Biden.
She'll be too old.
I hope she doesn't do the first thing. My cousin Valerie.
It'll help eventually. There's no way for people to front it out.
Yeah, that's my heart.
Well, thank God for your grandfather. All right, folks, if everyone will step back a little bit, we're going to try to set up like a handshake only line so everyone will have a chance. Everyone has to back up about 3 feet. Everyone has to back up about 3 feet so we can set up a handshake line. Please back up. Please back up. Push it back. Can I steal that sign?
You're doing a good job.
Right here. Straight out of the path. Out of the path. Yeah, please back up about 3 feet. Everybody.
You've been in Congress probably most of my life, so
I know, you gotta understand. You guys are moving up the exit path. Guys, if you want to get this the exit path isn't coming forward, it's going that way. Don't come up this path. I know, and I gotta stop people from doing it.
when I can't go anywhere with her, I recognize her.
There's not time for Dr. Paul to autograph or pose with photos with everyone. We will have a handshake only line, so everyone will have a chance to greet them. Starting on this side, please create an exit space over on the right side of the stage.
One handshake only! I want to create an exit that way. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
All right, handshake time, please. Gradually. Thanks for being here. Glad you're here.
Ron,
glad you came.
Hero. Good luck.
Wonderful.
Along this wall, I'm going to create an exit all the way to the back. Step off the wall. People can't get out of here. You'll never get to the front. 7 feet off the wall.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, I did. I was 2 people away. There you go.
Yeah, someone's telling me there's over 500 people.
That's what out here?
Oh, look. Hey, film that?
That's sick.